Rachel Cannon, born and raised in Oklahoma, spent 20 years in Los Angeles working in the entertainment business, working primarily in sitcoms as an actress. Did a few shows like Two and a Half Men, Big Bang Theory, The Millers, Mad Men, Fresh Off the Boat for the last 6 years. When Fresh Off the Boat was coming to an end, I decided to come back to Oklahoma and just travel for work out of here. Which means I moved my family here right before the pandemic started and decided to build a business, launch Prairie Surf Studios, because I really felt like if we had the ecosystem to support soundstage-driven productions, we could really accelerate the industry. And worked with our legislators, increased the incentive program that we had, was able to bring Tulsa King, Twisters, a couple of other like smaller projects, but that was really what I focused on for the last 4 years, to expand our market and really create a place where network television could exist. Because 5 years ago, it would have been harder to do that. So, I stepped down from Prairie Surf in April and decided to launch this endeavor, which is something I've been, really wanting to build for a long time. So we're going to do live audience shows in the middle of the country, multicam sitcoms. Rock Paper Cannon is our new entertainment company, and we are going to bring what I believe is the most wildly entertaining form of entertainment right here to the middle of the country. You guys get front row seat, and we are stoked.
What's going to be different about kind of what you're doing, what you've done in the past? And obviously you've got the comedic element to you, which is naturally to you and have grown up and been a part of, especially in Two and a Half Men and Mad Men and Fresh Off the Boat as well. And then your role in Reagan. Roy Rogers is here. It's great. How's it going to be different?
So, a big part of this is a classic genre, right? Like live audience sitcoms have been, kind of the stabilizer for the studios for the last 6 years. So people would go and watch, they would travel into Los Angeles to watch the taping of a live audience show from all over the world. So it's a huge driver for tourism, which is going to be great for us. But also there's an opportunity for us to do it in the middle of the country where it's more cost effective for us to shoot here. We have an incentive program from the state, which is fantastic. But also we're the demographic. Like we are the people who watch the sitcoms. They've been made for us historically. So why wouldn't they be filmed here? Why wouldn't we be the crew that is filming them? Why wouldn't we be the people sitting in the audience? Why wouldn't we be the people acting as the background extras or, some of the parts themselves? Like this is something that we are creating a new industry in the middle of the country and really anchoring it here because these shows are for us, by us. I really want to be able to show Oklahoma or middle America's stories, right? And tell them with authenticity and let Oklahoma be a part of that. So it's different in that these are really going to be an elevated experience for live entertainment. So versus shuffling in, like a group of people in Hollywood for pizza that are not from the middle of the country and that are not middle America necessarily. We want it to feel like show night should feel like going to a Thunder game or going to a concert at Jones. We want it to have that elevated experience. So we're really working to create some really innovative things to make that feel more fun.
Yeah. How do you kind of like educate and then show people that this is going to be an epic date night for you, right? Or a show or an experience, right? Like you said, most in the past people have either flown somewhere to go to this experience.
One, you've got about 250 to 300 people that are sitting there live with you. They become the fabric of the show, right? So like it's theater, but where you get to yank this curtain back and see what's happening backstage at the same time. It's all the cameras are lined up, so you're getting all the coverage at the same time, which means your production is accelerated, so it goes a lot faster. The timing of it is a lot funnier. It's got a beat and a rhythm to it. Oh, we got fireworks.
Yeah.
That was fun. I don't know what I did there.
I don't know, I think it's your hands moving.
Yeah, so it was really fun to be able to see you know, the energy of a show night and how exciting and how different that felt. And it's just magic. Like there's nothing that will ever beat that, in my opinion. And I've done movies, I've done TV, I've done dramas, I've, you know, done a lot of those things, but sitcoms specifically are the most fun. And so being able to bring that, the genre that I love the absolute most, to Oklahoma and letting Oklahoma be a part of that feels um, just incredibly
Yeah.
special. And so, you know, I want Oklahomans to get to watch that, but and be there real time. But also, when people watch sitcoms, I think the cool thing about it is because of the laugh track. And because of the nature of the show, when you're watching it on your couch, even if you are sitting there by yourself with your dogs, you don't feel like you're alone because you're laughing with a group of people. And I think there's something really beautiful about that connectivity that our world needs right now. Is a lot of people are struggling with depression and anxiety and suicide, and you know, people are isolated and they're alone and they're sad, and being able to connect them globally with universal stories that are authentic and relatable to the middle of the country. My hope is that you can spread a little bit of love and laughter and joy in a time where our country really needs it.
Yeah. What are you most excited about?
Oh, getting back on stage,
Really?
hair and makeup. You know, just laughing all day, every day.
Yeah.
I mean, like that's been my career for 20 years, you know, working in comedy. Every bit of it is joyful and it's fun. And you're working in a group where literally your whole job is to get people to laugh at a joke.
Yeah.
You'll do anything. You'll sell your soul for a laugh. You know what I mean? Like it becomes an environment where you're sitting around a table and everybody's trying to one up each other with jokes. Man, you come home and your face is hurting from laughing so much. So to get back to that, I mean, I don't know about you, but like the last 4 years, like with Tulsa King and Twisters and legislation and the building and all these things, I haven't been laughing very much. Like it has been hard work,
Yeah.
and I'm grateful for it. But like, you know, concept proved, box checked, we did it. We can do anything we want now. So now I'm ready to do what I'm passionate about. So, you know, it's game time. I've been building it. I've been doing market research, seeing how we can do something that is disruptive in the market, but also a lower risk for our investors. I've been, you know, putting all of those pieces together, lining up what the first show is going to be, talking to the showrunners to see who can we get started fastest. So to answer your question, when will it start? Today we announced the company and the concept of what it is that we're doing, but follow along on our social channels. It's Rock Paper Cannon across LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. Rockpapercannon.com is our website. Sign up for our newsletter. Like if you stay engaged, you'll see where we start to make updates for, you know, here's the first show, here's where we're going to do it, here's where our forever home's going to be. Like there are a lot of exciting updates and collaborations coming down the pipeline that we can't wait for you guys to follow along. And like, this is my love letter to Oklahoma. Like I could do this in California easy, but I want to do it here.
Yeah. One thing that comes to my mind is that the shows that you're talking about, they're kind of known for like their cameos, right? You're known for having randoms come in, and kind of the ones that people always, if they Google your name, the one that shows up with you is the one with Enrique Iglesias, right? And I remember you telling me the story about telling the crowd, oh, should we hear another one, and making him kept making him sing, right?
Yeah.
Two questions. Who would be your number one Oklahoman cameo? And then who would just be your all-time cameo?
You know, who's my Oklahoma cameo? Gosh, you know, I think getting, you know, Megan Mullally to come back here, like she's been a person that people have compared my voice to hers, like my whole career, where they were like, ah, she looks like Jenny Garth, but she sounds like Megan Mullally. Like, so it was something that hearing that and knowing, gosh, she's from Oklahoma, and that means, you know, if she can do it, like I can do it. Like having that kind of person to look up to. So man, if we build this ecosystem and we build this and make it as big and wonderful as we think it's going to be, if we can get Karen Walker to come back and do a show in Oklahoma in front of her friends and family, I will die happy. Like that would be pretty incredible.
What about your dream? Who about your dream, like of all time?
You know, my heroes are Carol Burnett and, you know, Goldie Hawn and Lucille Ball. And I mean, like, those are the women that I've grown up like wanting to be like. Diane Keaton. Like, those are the ones. I mean, I got to work with Diane Keaton on a movie once, and I remember sitting in the dressing room with her and just talking about the structure of a joke and how to get a laugh. And, like, those are the moments in my career that, more so than on screen, it's the relationships you get to make along the way that have really, molded my career and my ambition and what I want to do for the next creative generation. And what I would say is, like, if we can bring a little piece of that back home to Oklahoma, and we can give like a little piece of that to the next creative generation of creative, kids like me that had to leave to do what they loved. If we can change that to where they're able to do something like that here, that's what it's all about, So I'll take any of them. I mean, any of those comedy icons.
Last question. I heard that you and your husband were making a screenplay for August last weekend. Spent the entire Saturday making a show. And so my last question is, we're talking long-term vision for the future, thinking of that, 8-year-old, right? Like, not just 8-year-old son, but just 8-year-olds who are growing up in Oklahoma,
yeah,
and don't have to leave like you did, that can stay here and have an industry and have, an opportunity to get into this stuff.
Yeah.
What's the long-term vision for, when you can look back, when you're crusty and old, and be extremely proud that you have this wave of generations behind you that are getting into Oklahoma comedy and film and TV shows?
So, first of all, we worked for August on this production. He was the showrunner. I typed it up in final draft. Like, we wrote a script. We had a production meeting. We cast the characters. We went and shot the whole thing, edited it, created the soundtrack. Like, we did a whole puppet show, but we actually produced it and had such a fun time. The beauty of that is that an 8-year-old in Oklahoma, when trying to think of what he wanted to do for the weekend, instead of just wanting to play video games and, go run around outside in the park, thought that making a TV show was like a natural thing that you could do on a Saturday afternoon with your family. And I feel like we've kind of won already, that you're starting to shift our kids' minds into this creative space of anything's possible, and you can do anything that you want to do and that you put your mind to. And I'll tell you, another Oklahoman that inspired that is Miss Darcy Lynn. Shout out to my girl, who has like inspired my child to love puppets. You know what I mean? So it's all full circle. It all comes around.
Well, I know you're busy. I know you're doing a lot of media today. I really appreciate you jumping on. One last time, where can people find you? And I'll put the links as well down below. But
yeah, Rock Paper Cannon. So Rochambeau, Rock Paper Cannon. You can find us on the website is rockpapercannon.com, Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. I don't do the Twitter for now, but these are the ones that we have. And so please follow along, stay connected to us so that we can let you know how you can participate. Like, us doing it here as a Hollywood Enclave is nothing. We only want to do it if we get to do it with you guys. So please follow along and come and participate. And Mike, I can't wait to make you a movie star, buddy. It's so pretty.
Extra. I'll be an extra to start. We'll see.
You are extra. I don't know about being an extra, but you are extra.
And yeah, I need to work on my dialect. That's for sure.
But
yeah, super pumped for you. Excited for the future. And people, that stay tuned, because there'll be a longer form podcast coming soon explaining everything over the next couple of weeks. So thanks so much for your time.
You're the best, Ben.
Awesome. Congrats. And yeah, catch you soon.
Okay. Bye.